so far to go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my brand new series, Ace Combat Distant Thunder. Let's do this. Alright, so starting off a new series now. It's been a while since I've started recording, and it's great to be back. Finally have a new computer and I'm raring to go to get this all started up. Anyway, so to start things off, I'm going to quickly go into my screen settings and change screen ratio to this, just so it looks a little nicer. Anyway, so so this is Ace Combat 4, should we call it a flight simulator? I don't think it is. More of an arcade game, really. Flying game, which is really good. I love it to bits. One of my favourite games of all time, and I just had to do a series on this game, and right. So, there's not really much we can do here other than start the game. There's going to be a few cutscenes right at the beginning, so I'm going to be quiet for now, and until we actually start a mission, I'll see you guys in just a bit. In a bit, sorry. Commentary, not good at the moment. I'll get better, don't worry about it. Anyway, let's do this. Now, for the sake of completion, we're going to do this on hard mode. It's the best option, if I'm perfectly honest, for just completing the game in general. Anyway, so we're going to play the game on hard mode. You don't have to if you're playing along. You can go on normal, easy. It's pretty much the same game, only just harder. But yeah, you probably already knew about that already. But, like I said, let's do this.
I was just a child when the stars fell from the skies, but I remember how they built a cannon to destroy them, and in turn how that cannon brought war upon us. War was an abstract idea, nothing more than a show on TV. As a child, I only saw it as something that happened in some faraway land. Until that final day of summer. One day while on my way to school, I looked up in the skies. A sound like distant thunder. In the blue skies far above me, contrails drew dizzying circles around in a crazy waltz. A battle in the beautiful skies far away. I could not tear my gaze away from them. A deafening roar. As if to graze the hills and streak past me. The fighters played the cat or the mouse in turn as they climbed swiftly into the sky. One fleeing plane fell out of the skies, spiraling and spewing orange flames to crash by the Cape. The same Cape where my family lived. Now they only live in my memories of days past. The victor circled around to confirm the kill. And on his craft, there was a large number 13 emblazoned in yellow. I will never forget this. The Allies retreated across the ocean before the onslaught of the enemy. Our little town in the heart of the mainland fell into deep isolation.
4 years after the planetfall of the Ulysses 1994 XFO4 asteroids. Stonehenge, the Erusian weapon of mass destruction, was originally built to shoot down asteroids. Upon discovering its potential as an anti-aircraft weapon, the Erusians ruled the skies over the mainland. The ISAF's attempts to destroy Stonehenge through airstrikes failed. As a result, strategic positions on the mainland were lost. This in turn forced ISAF to evacuate from the east coast to North Point. ISAF GHQ is regrouping its remaining combat forces at North Point. However, the Erusians control most parts of the mainland, and they have forward deployed bombers to Wrigley Air Base, a former ISAF facility. This bomber force will attempt to deal a lethal blow to the ISAF at North Point from this strategic position. Here is the current SITREP and your orders for deployment, effective immediately. Enemy agents destroyed our early warning radar network, allowing several bear bombers to penetrate our airspace. In 15 minutes, we expect this bomber formation to strike Allen Ford Air Base and then move on to targets at North Point. Our air defense forces are extremely weak at this point in time, hence our GHQ is a sitting duck. It is mission critical that you destroy the bombers and neutralize the threat before they get past Newfield Island. Remember, you are the first line of defense for North Point, and the fate of ISAF lies in your hands.
Alright, so that was our briefing for this mission, Sitting Duck. Right, so this is how the field of battle is going to look like. We have 6 targets. 6 targets and 4 escorts that we need to take out. Anyway, so obviously this is to start the mission, of course. If you want to view the briefing again, you can always view it again by clicking this. Now, buying stuff, we can't get into that just yet. I'll probably explain that in the next episode. But for now, we'll leave, and sell, yeah, we'll leave buy and sell out for the moment. Options, yeah, you can view your options again. Adjust them if you please. Go back to the title as well. You can save your game and load your game from here as well, just in case you need to. Anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and start off with the mission. Now, this is our plane selection screen. At the moment, we only have one plane, the F4E. Should we call it the toilet plane? Well, no, not toilet plane. Toilet plane's a good plane. Yeah, I'll explain that another time. Anyway, let's call it the flying bathtub. This is like the standard, really bad plane of the game. We'll only have this for a little while. Anyway, this is our special weapon, a UGBM, which is basically a bomb. For this mission, we're not going to be using this. Well, maybe. It's mainly for ground type targets, but anyway, so let's go into the description of this plane. Okay, so here we are, the F4E Phantom 2, or how I like to call it, the flying bathtub. But yes, enough of that. So, F4E Phantom 2 has fairly average stats, speed, air to air, everything's fairly equal apart from defense, which is about 55 points. Very good for taking hits, especially on hard mode when you take hits a lot easier. This plane is pretty good in defense, so you're going to be able to take a few hits before you actually die. So, yeah, pretty good plane for what it is. As a starting plane, it's actually fairly okay. Now, price. You don't buy the F4E Phantom 2 in this game. However, later on, there is a certain point where we will be able to buy paint jobs for every plane, and the cost for the first paint job you can buy is the same price for how much that plane costs. So the F4E actually has a price, just you don't pay that price because you start off with it. But anyway, so yeah, there's our prices, 7,600, 9,900, fairly straightforward, fairly cheap. So if you really like this plane and you like the paint jobs, then yeah, by all means, buy them and use them, but you won't be able to do that for a while unless you've already completed the game. Yep, obtained from the start, we already have it. To get the second paint job and the third paint job, all you have to do is complete the game. No hassle whatsoever, just finish the game and you've got them both. So, pretty simple. Weaponry has a fairly good gun, quite a lot of missiles too. 52 is fairly average, so you're going to be able to shoot down quite a few targets with this plane. So, you know, in that regard, it's actually really good. Special weapons are really good as well. UGBM, always. UGBMs, or just UGB in general, great. I love unguided bombs. They're just fantastic for killing large clusters of ground targets. Absolutely fantastic. However, napalm bomb I'm not too sure about. I've never personally used it often. I mean, I've never found it the most effective weapon. I could be wrong. Maybe I don't know how to use it properly, but you may do if you've played this game before. But yeah, I don't know too much about the napalm bomb. When you get some money, you'll be able to buy that. 3,200, fairly cheap. So yeah, most special weapons in this game are quite cheap. So yeah. To summarise, F4E Phantom 2, not a bad plane, good for starting off, but compared to a plane that we're about to come up to, this isn't actually the worst plane in the game. So we're starting off with the second worst game. I was about to say game. Plane! Second worst plane. And yes, okay, so F4E Phantom 2, there you go, and back to the video. Anyway, so that's the F4E for you. Let's get in it, and let's start the mission.
Mobius 1, you are cleared for takeoff. Mobius 1, take off immediately to clear the flight line. AWACS here, call sign Sky Eye. Do you read? Your call sign is Mobius 1. We'll refer to you by this name at all times. You are now under my command. 6 bombers on vector 360 confirmed. Continue north to intercept. Today's my birthday. Victory sure would be nice.
I'm sorry, but that quote just cracks me up. Ace Combat is notoriously known for its amazing radio quotes, and I love them to bits. I'll be just quickly explain throughout the missions. I'll be either quiet or talking, depending on if there's a funny quote that I really like and I want everyone to hear it. Anyway, so if we press square, we can view our map slightly larger, and in front of us we got our first target. I'm gonna take that out, and I missed completely. Let's turn around. Holding triangle will let you view your target that's currently selected. Holding square, yep, we'll view the map. Pressing circle will shoot missiles. You can shoot 2 at a time and they'll reload over time. Pressing X will shoot our gun. Gun in this game is really useful. You're going to be using it a lot. So on our HUD, oh wait, sorry, forgot to explain. Select, you can switch to your special weapon, and the target's behind me. I'm just going to turn around. And that arrow there points to where the target is, which we can follow and use to our advantage. Anyway, so bombs are not good for air targets, but because bombers are really slow, bombs away! Yeah, it's just one of those things I really like doing in this game, just bombing the bombers, because they're just so slow. Right, so we've got another target in front of us. So our HUD, to the left shows our speed, how fast we're going. To the right shows our altitude, how high or low we are. Top left shows how many points, and how many points the target we're locked onto is worth. Top right displays how much time we have left in the mission. Bottom left is map. Bottom right shows how much gun, how much missiles, how much special weapon we have, and our damage, how much health we have. The more damage you take, the higher the percentage. Now, with this mission here, you want to destroy every target, even the escorts. Don't destroy the targets first. You need to destroy all the escorts first. If you destroy all the targets first, the mission will end and finish. The reason for this, shot that too early. The reason why you want to destroy all the escorts first is because, and someone else destroyed it for me, not good. The reason for that is if you want an S rank, you need to destroy everything. S ranks, or depending on what rank you get, varies how much money you'll get at the end of the mission, which will help with buying stuff. Now, I'm not used to playing on hard. I'm not in my comfort zone, let's say that. There we go, that goes down. It'll get much harder later on, but using this plane, yeah, it's really difficult.
Splash one.
Alright, so go down.
The bomber's a bear! Hard enemy radar strike.
That bomber's a bear! Just those quotes, they're just so good. Like, I can't describe why I really like them so much. It's just like, it's so random sometimes. That's brilliant.
Locked on.
Anyway, only the bombers are left. Shoot this guy down. Gun. Yeah, gun on air targets is really iffy.
Good job.
Alright, there we go.
Mobius one.
First mission complete. Alright.
Sky Eye, this is Alan Fort. Got visual on the downed bombers. Whose kill was that? Make sure to thank him.
That's a roundup. Let's go on home.
After every mission, you get to view the replay, which just shows various parts of the mission you just did, and you can view them at different points, which are pretty cool actually. You can find some really cool camera angles, it's really nice. Anyway.
Thanks to your efforts, the enemy bomber strike was averted. However, our victory will be meaningless should you fail the next mission.
Right, so, ouch. Okay, we got an A rank for that. Now, the reason for that is our friends destroyed 2 of the escorts, and you don't actually get points for your friends taking out targets, which is kind of frustrating. I really wanted to do an all-S route, go at this game, but sadly not. But yes, so the higher the rank, the more money you get. We got quite a bit of money for getting an A rank, so that's not too bad. I was mucking around a bit, so, you know, joke's on me, really.
The war seemed to unfold in the blink of an eye. I don't remember exactly when the forces from the west occupied my town. I was too busy scanning the skies day after day, waiting for Yellow 13 to reappear. Before I knew it, everything changed. The language they taught us at school. Our friendly local sheriff disappeared and was replaced by foreign MPs. In the beginning, some people secretly tuned into broadcasts from North Point on their parabolic antennas. But as time passed, the broadcast no longer came in. Maybe the satellites were destroyed. All non-military computer networks were shut down. Gasoline was rationed to civilians. Though we lived in the 21st century, we were reduced to using crystal radios and horse-drawn carts. I moved in with my uncle in town, who used to be a taxi driver. Out of gasoline and out of work, my uncle did nothing but to drown himself in drink. I earned my keep by playing the harmonica in the town bar, the one thing I was good at. I'd play for sullen occupation soldiers in exchange for their charity and loose change, and used the money to support my uncle and myself. My uncle trash-talked the barkeep who catered to the enemy soldiers, but he never refused the money I brought home. As for myself, I had a crush on the barkeep's only daughter, who was a little older than me. Another day passed, yet still no sign of the fighter plane Yellow 13 in the skies above our town.